If there was a movie made about your life, what would the name of that movie be?
They already did.
What?
It's The Hurt Locker. Just kidding.
What would the movie be about? And which people from the garage gym community, which three people would you, from the garage gym community, would you cast in that movie?
From the garage gym community.
You know what? Let's do it like this. Like, let's say they were going to remake the Hurt Locker, and it's now going to be the Kurt Locker.
Yeah.
With you as the leading role.
Yep.
And we'll say you can pick 4 members. I know there's like 3 main characters in that movie, but
we'll go with 3. I can do 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
And depending on your answer, if it's someone like, if you say like 2 people, but they're on like the same team or podcast, we'll count them as 1.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, but who from the garage gym community, who would you cast to be on your team in that movie with you?
So I think that honestly, what the movie would be about at this point is trying to make an impact on veteran lives after the military. Like literally just focusing, maybe like the first 30 seconds, it's like this action sequence of like, these guys went through some crap. But really after that, it's going to be me and probably my 2 closest friends in the garage gym community trying to meet people where they're at and try to make their lives better through strength. The 2 people that it's going to be is Chris Yarber. He's not necessarily a home gym owner, but he does sell the best lifting belts. They're all hand carved. He's a former Marine. He was in the 03 initial pushing of Fallujah. Absolutely awesome human being. Has really been through a lot, and is a huge influence in my life, like legitimately. And then the other person, there's two more, but the other person that's like the really close part here is Jason Campbell from Surplus Strength. And again, prior Army, Iraq, I think he was Iraq 03 or 203, something like that.
And I heard him, I think he was on the Garage Gym Experiment podcast.
He has been, yep.
Yeah, and I checked that out before. It was a great episode.
So, I'm very motivated to try to make a difference. And so like I've had drunk conversations with Chris sitting on the at home Gym Con in French Lick, Indiana.
Yeah.
Just kind of talking about where we're at in life. And it wasn't forced, it wasn't deep, but like just talking about like, hey, how are you doing? Like, how actually are you doing? Actually caring. And then we have a group, a text group, and it's called Tres Leches. And we hit it up. It's almost every single day that there's something in that group where we're just trying to like reach out to each other. Like Fridays, it's like, it's not uncommon to open up that group and it's like, hey, it's Thursday. You guys are ugly as hell, but I love you all. Hope you're okay where you're at.
That's awesome.
I keep on saying where you're at, but the other person that we're gonna rope in here is because every group needs a nerd who has a medical background, and that's going to be John Klipstein. Again, doesn't necessarily work in a home gym community, but owns UXO supplements. And the reason we need him is because John is brilliant. He cares super deeply about the veteran community. A lot of the stuff that UXO does benefits Mission 22, trying to get out, trying to give back to this community that we care about, the veteran community.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so I think that that's probably my 3 other dudes that are going to be there. Oh, he's prior Army, and he knows more about PubMed and Medscape studies than anybody when it comes to the actual efficacy of like, did you know that taking creatine is actually good for your mental health?
I didn't, but I'll take some. If they have creatine, I'll take some.
Yeah. So 5 grams a day, and it like has a positive impact. Do you want to know where that result comes from? Hit John up on a text, and you'll get a study. Like I swear he's got them saved in his brain somewhere, where he's just like, oh, this is the URL. But he like plugs himself into his.
I might reach out to him for an episode. That's a good topic.
Yeah, absolutely. And he has another podcast too called Black Sheep Narrative. He's trying to get off the ground. But yeah, so that's what it's going to be about. Is basically just making those saves, starting those tribes of veterans. And it doesn't have to be all veterans, but like I saw a chart today looking at veteran suicide. And veteran suicide for me is a huge deal because of some of the things I've been through with it. Like I've firsthand, like, you ever found a body before? Like I have. So very, very much so like an important thing to me. And I care very deeply about that. And I think that that's what I want the rest of my life to be, is either as my main hustle or my side hustle. It needs to be prioritizing that, meeting them where they're at, preaching the gospel of hey, like strength and conditioning. Let's make you a little bit better physically, mentally, and emotionally, and improving lives, saving lives. And the best part about that is you establish those relationships, and it's kind of like that gift that grows.
100%.
Yeah, and that is an exponential growth. Like if I help two people and both of them help two
Yep.
people, that's not asking all that much. But now you've helped what, like 16 people or whatever
Yeah.
the math is on